one of the things I find really interesting is how, as the franchise ultimately went on, it was the fact that they chose that character of Burt Gummer to essentially become the face of the franchise, and not you would think Fred Ward, which they had in the second one, or even Kevin Bacon. I mean, yes, he gets that top billing on the posters, but it's interesting how people look back and they see. A lot of people will look and see that that Michael Gross, Burt Gummer is the face of the franchise. What was your thoughts on it as the 7 sequels have spun out, plus a TV series, to where he has become essentially a star because of this in his own right.
Well, yes, he was quite a star with Family Ties before, but I mean, in such a different direction with the Tremors. I think Michael is such a good actor and so versatile that it kind of made sense in a lot of ways that he would be the guy, not just because he was a good actor, but because his character was so out there and so great for fighting whatever challenges came up with the offshoots of graboids and various things. And when he doesn't remember this, but I remember when I was casting the film. I mean, he came in and I was kind of very lukewarm on the idea of Michael Gross because I knew him from Family Ties, and I thought, how can that guy be this character of Burt Gummer? But he came in and convinced me that there were graboids in the room when he was reading. I mean, and it just changed the way I even looked at the casting process after that, because I saw how you should stay open and see what people have to offer and see what they deliver. And he delivered the best special effects that I could imagine for that reading, because I believe there were graboids in that room.
Was he one of the earlier ones that was cast in it?
He was, yes, after Fred and I think after Fred and Kevin, I think it was Michael. And Michael, the studio really wanted Michael because of his TV rating.
Sure.
That it just cured TV sales and everything because of that. And so they were very high on him. And I thought, but then I did watch a film he did before getting to meet him, which was the FBI Murders. And that showed me that he could play a very different character. He wasn't just the guy from Family Ties, definitely. And I saw his range in that, and then he came in and blew me away. And similarly with Reba McIntyre, she was one of MCA's, Universal Parent Company's, biggest recording stars at the time. And so she wanted to get into acting, and she was interested in coming out to read for it. And I was a first-time director. I was not very enthusiastic, having somebody who'd never acted be in the movie. She flew herself out to LA, came in to read, and was unbelievable, blew me away. There was a recent article where she talks about how I was kind of questioning whether she, in the room at the casting session, whether she would feel comfortable with no makeup, because we were planning on her not having makeup. And being a country singer, she was kind of known for, a lot of makeup and her, beauty and all of that. And she just said, of course I'm up for it. And that was kind of her upbringing and her life. I mean, when she was just so comfortable with firearms and with the whole setup in shooting Tremors. And she was a huge star and sitting out in the desert with no special treatment. And she did just great.
I think when we did that talk hard, if I let Loki control the remote, he probably would have replayed that scene probably like 6 times. Right, brother?
Oh yes, absolutely. And I love Reba. Everything. Anytime I get a chance to see Reba in something, growing up as a good old Southern Texan boy, God, we love that Reba McIntyre. And getting to see her in that movie, it was just like completely. She's known for that too. It's like, you know, she had her own show, but she's in this movie, and she's perfect in this movie. And everything, every line, you know, you didn't even make penetration with the elephant gun. There's like those lines that you just immediately know and remember, and a lot of that has to do with Reba. It's Reba, and it's just so. It was so awesome getting to see play that role. Was absolutely excellent.
Go for ground penetration.